really enhancing a sense of community and building on friendships and stuff.
Thank you very much, everyone. Then the next question is, what do you feel has been your biggest success in any of the positions of responsibility you've held? Go to Jay, I'm not first.
Well, I suppose this is probably the most responsible position I've ever had, Vice President of Community. So far, we ran the volunteer fair at the beginning of this year, and this is the first time we've ever really taken volunteering on in the Students' Union. So we ran the first ever volunteer fair this year, and that was the day after the Freshers' Bazaar. We had a footfall of about 1,000 students through the building, and we had over 30 stalls from different charities, and it was great to see that come forward. So now that can just be built on year on year. I've also built up the volunteering strategy for Queen's, so the Students' Union is now spearheading all volunteering at Queen's. I think volunteering is so important to really get students engaged with things beyond clubs and societies to really enhance their CV and gain life experience. And then at the lead up now, we're in the build up to St. Patrick's Day, so I've been spending a lot of time building up logistical documents towards that, how it's going to work on the day, and working very closely with other key stakeholders to make sure that day is going to go, I want to say, as smoothly as possible. I think that's all we can hope for, really.
Okay, I'd say my biggest success is actually running the committee of the Law Society, because often when you're involved in a club or society or anything at university, it's not just all about what you can do, it's about how you can get the best qualities out of your teammates. And if elected the president, I hope to get the best out of the other vice presidents who I work with. So, things like the Law Society publication, The Verdict, which has got so much sponsorship. It's over £1,500 worth of sponsorship, and it's a top-class publication run by Craig Fagan, and I think I've got Craig exactly perfect for that position, along with sub-editor John Taggart. I've kind of suited his qualities by suggesting to him that he would be the editor this year. Also, with other people in the team, we've run careers events. I won't mention the names for legal reasons, I suppose, but we've run meeting workshops and we've run different careers events, and really, I think, added to the law study, added to the life of the law students. But I don't want to dwell on that. I've done other things at Queen's to work with international students, and I find that very rewarding too.
Successful VP, in my role itself, I could say that I've worked with a lot of different groups in the university. I've worked with LGBT, mature, part-time, international, postgraduate, disabled, and I think for the first time ever, there's been a lot of support from mature students with the Mature Students Handbook. And lobbying as well. We're lobbying, me and Nathan at a minute, we're lobbying at Westminster and Stormont just on international immigration. And I just want to say, the biggest success I think is working as a team. As a team, this year we've worked so well as a sabbatical team, and we've got the campus protest biggest in 20 years. We've got Adam has done the SU Labs, we've done so much. And I think that's the biggest success, is to be working as a team and remaining that the student priority is at the heart of everything we do.
And I'm going to open it up to the audience if any of you have any questions at this point. None? Okay. Sorry. Oh, yes. Sorry.
Okay, and I know that it has to be addressed, so we've got 3 candidates.
Yes.
Well, just as one opening statement to this question. Jay, last year you promised a bus for the Students' Union, and you made false promises, which we haven't seen this year. I'm just wondering what your views as 3 presidential candidates are. First, on false promises that may appear in your manifestos now, and secondly, your position on false promises of other VPs who are going to be in the job for the year. How would you deal with false promises?
Yeah.
Just in relation to the bus, last year I did say I'd investigate the buying of or leasing of a student union bus.
Say you're going to buy a bus.
Okay, so then we looked into leasing because buying was deemed outside the price range when we came in. I think that I had over expectations of what I could achieve when I came into this job. I think it's just been a real grounding experience in terms of A, the power that you have when you come in, and B, what you can actually achieve in such a short space of time. We looked into leasing a bus. Through this process of looking into leasing a bus, we found a company that was charity, not-for-profit, which did the service that we were looking for it to do, which is run the Get Home Safe night bus, which runs on every Monday and Thursday night, and ferries students after the connected and their home. And we found a company that did it at a third of the price of last year. When we found this company, charity, it made it not worth pursuing leasing or buying a bus, because there wasn't any point when you found something that was so much cheaper. And I'm not going to go and waste Students' Union money, which is essentially your money, on just fulfilling promises that I have. If there's something that's more sustainable and more financially viable, of course I'm going to go with that, rather than just saying, oh well, I said this, so I better do it for the sake of doing it. In terms of this year's, I think last year I also ran on an event every weekend, which everyone knows as well. And again, I think that was I was very overambitious. And when I came in, I found it very difficult to adjust to the realities of the job and the extra work that you don't even know exists. So this year, what I'm running on is very grounded in reality. Everything in my manifesto I can stand by, and I can stand by that I can introduce and help my fellow teammates introduce. In terms of the fees campaign, I don't know if you know, but like yesterday, the Deaghlan Department of Employability. Just in terms of the fees campaign, we're seeing great progress. So much so that the Department of Employment and Learning released a paper saying that their first option that they're backing is no increase in fees, and that's fantastic, and that shows what our hard work can do, and that's what I'm running on.
Hey Stephen, thanks for the question. False promises. Last year, I promised that I would have student support for mature students. I've done that. I promised that I would represent postgraduate students. I've done that. I've met them regularly once a month. I promised that I'll celebrate diversity. I've done it in my World Days. And this year, like there's two stages, I think. The first stage is manifestos. A lot of people don't know what can be done, what cannot be done when it comes to the job, because it's so new. And working in university is very different. And the second stage of the job is when you get in and do your plan of work. And if I'm elected president, I will ensure that I work with every single VP to make sure that the promises that they have is achievable, that it's in the plan of work, that it will be targeted specifically with time frames to make sure that they can, whatever they promise, they can deliver. And I will make sure that whatever I've promised in my manifesto will be delivered.
Okay, first of all, like I said, I focus on the negatives, so candidates, I want to focus on the positives of my own campaign. Something that I bring with the other two candidates don't is that I'm new to the role and I have to be the vice president. And I have some big ideas, but I also think they're realistic. And I've got kind of concrete examples. One big idea I have is Queen's Ball, which would be like a huge outdoor music concert, attracting thousands of students run by the Students' Union. Big top name artists, okay, chart topping artists, but there is concrete examples for that. It's run effectively in Trinity and UCD in the south. The Students' Union entity will not be able to run it, but you put it out for tender, so I kind of looked into all my ideas. But say before, I don't think it's not for me to judge the work that the other candidates have done this year, but I think that I'm bringing some new, big, realistic ideas this year. Certainly, I don't think we should be about our ideas because of current budget cuts. All my ideas are financially viable, and I think that I'm implementing with enthusiasm.
Thanks guys, at this stage I think you've all mentioned that you've had success in working as a team.